What's up, guys? I'm Adam Saxton.
And I'm Patrick LeBlanc.
And we are back for another episode of Adam and Patrick Unplugged. And today,
we're in New York.
We're in New York.
We're
in Times Square right now. SQL Saturday, New York City, live in person in New York City.
Insanity.
Times Square. We're having fun. And Patrick, I know we had all these announcements about Premium and Power BI Report Server, licensing, embedded, like all this stuff.
We're going to wait, though, right?
We're going to wait. We're going to talk about that next month. This month, because we're here, we wanted to pull in some people.
We
right?
should have had pizza.
We should have brought pizza.
I
love New York pizza. I had pizza yesterday. First thing off the plane, I had New York pizza.
I'm getting some pizza today.
It's been a while since I've been back to New York. Oh, it was heaven in my mouth.
I would say something else, but that's okay.
It's unplugged.
It's all right. I can't say that. That would be too much. But I'm going to have pizza today. You guys are going to a Broadway show tonight.
We're going to see Wicked tonight. My wife's here with me. Your wife's here with me?
Yep. We went to see a Broadway show last night. We just picked one that was close to our spot. It was good. I'd never been. My first time.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're going to see Wicked tonight.
I'm no longer a Broadway virgin.
I still am.
You still are.
So tonight. There we go. All right.
Unplugged.
Unplugged.
Can't say that.
I think you just did. All right. So let's get this started. We'll bring in a few people and we'll have some fun.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
First up is Jonathan at SQL Locks on Twitter. Jonathan, come on over here.
Hi, Jonathan.
How you doing?
Hello, guys.
Are you having fun here?
I'm having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying New York City, enjoying all the other speakers, all the people out here. It's a lot of fun. You guys got to come out to a SQL Saturday and interact with the community. The community is great. It's a great community.
Did you already present?
Not yet. Got to do a quick run.
We're on a timer because he's about to speak. So, so what do you look at? What's exciting for you? What are you passionate about?
I'm extremely passionate about visualization. It's one of the things that we've been doing for years. Actually, I think the earliest recorded human visualization was from 6200 BC, and I'm gonna butcher this word. It's Chattahoochee, Turkey, and it was the first. Somebody even back then realized that visualization was pertinent to, how humans see things.
Man, I wasn't born back then.
Barely.
I was.
But so I mean, one of the things I started studying too was just how humans perceive visualization, from colors to charts. And then one of the things that I'm actually working on now too is called the science of now. And one of the things too, especially with the Power BI product,
not the science of later
or tomorrow.
Science of now.
Science right now.
Last week.
Now or like now is then.
But with the Power BI product. So think about if when you're using a dashboard and you're clicking through things, you want to see it instantly. And they've proven that now is about 3 seconds. So if you're doing either a dashboard or even reports and stuff too, and it takes longer than 3 seconds, then the user's going to perceive your chart visualization report as being slow.
So I lose them.
You lose them. They're gone because we're in the now generation.
It's no longer now.
Everything has to be
right.
3 seconds ago.
Right. Yep. And one of the things that we're seeing too is a lot of people transition into Power BI from reporting services is that they're used to having to be able to run stuff and data-driven reports, so it just runs, and they try to convert that. It doesn't always work because your SSRS reports rarely run in 3 seconds.
Right.
You just have the wrong person tuning your reports.
Well, yeah, I'm available. I got my card here.
Jonathan can hook you up. Reporting services now. That's his thing.
But that's one of the things that I like to focus on when I'm telling people how great Power BI is. Yeah. But it's literally when you click on it, you click the interactions, you want to see the instant response.
Yep.
So that's something that people got to remember. Whether especially if you're using a live query and live connect back to the database. You got to make sure that data set returns fast, because otherwise it's going to be slow, and then you're going to be known as a person who creates slow reports, which makes you look bad, and you don't really want to look bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes slow is good.
That sounds cool. That
sounds
fun.
Slow is never.
It sounds fun.
Slow is never good.
No, it's okay. From a report perspective, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what everyone's interested in, right? They want it. They want it real time.
They want it running out. Right.
I want to know what's my stuff right now.
And then too, people who are not familiar with it, if they see Power BI and slow too, it gives it a bad name, and then people want to put the other terms out there, which we won't say. They're like 4-letter words. So actually, one of them is a 4-letter word.
This is unplugged, so you can say it.
You can say whatever you want. Because I'll say it.
You'll say it.
You said we know you'll say it.
I'm like,
awesome.
I'll get beeped. That's what'll happen to me. I get beeped all the time.
Yep.
Well, good stuff. So where are you going to be? Like, where can people see you
next?
Coming up?
Next, in about 20 minutes.
Well, you're not going to be here.
The next time I'll be speaking at SQL Saturday, Mexico City on June the 3rd. And then after that, I'll be in SQL Saturday Puerto Rico on June the whatever 2 weeks after that is the 20th. Yeah, there we go.
Gotta know the dates, man.
I know, right? So
I guess those are important. Dates are important.
All right, Jonathan. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, man.
Good luck on your talk.
Good to see
and
you.
I'll slide right out.
Yeah. Boom. He's out. Mic drop right there. All right, guys, as we mentioned, we are at SQL Saturday New York City? We're in New York City. We're in Times Square.
The Big Apple.
So we found another guy that a lot of you may know, Andy Leonard.
Wow.
Andy, how are you?
I'm doing well, fellas. How y'all doing?
Yeah, good.
We're BIMLing.
Are you BIMLing?
I'm BIMLing.
So we know you're a BIML guy, and we're more like Power BI guys. So how does that relate? Like, we need data, right?
Right.
So what's the right approach?
So first, both have B and I together.
And
the word. So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're related.
It is. But more than that, a lot of the reasons people are doing business intelligence or data science is they want to get data into a report, onto a dashboard. They want actionable data. They want it to pop. They want it to be accurate. A lot of times now I'm getting requests for real time, which really means near real time because we can't beat the speed of light. And
we can't be now.
We can't be now.
We
I
just
was
talked about
thinking
that.
that.
So if you haven't watched the part with Jonathan, maybe that just go watch the part with Jonathan.
Because that was then.
Now,
But now we're talking about BIM.
with Andy.
That's right. Jonathan is much better dressed and smarter and better looking and younger.
He's got nice ties.
So there's that. I know he's all
Snazzy.
GQ.
Here we are in like jeans
Look at
and a
me,
t-shirt,
right?
and we're like,
Hey,
oh.
Harley Quinn, right?
Y'all right. So I just did a talk this morning about BIML and BIML frameworks actually. And it's helpful if your data is very volatile at the source, or more if your schema is volatile at the source. So this never happens, right? I mean, y'all have done BI work. Nobody ever changes the source schema.
Never.
That's what I thought.
Never.
Yeah. So when that happens, did you ever get the email saying, "I'm about to break your SSIS data flow"?
No.
Yeah. So you did actually. It came at like 3 a.m.
We got, hey, I got an error. What's going on?
Yeah,
and
right.
then we got to spend a few days figuring that
You
out.
see the SSIS package fail because they deleted a column.
Yeah.
There's that, or SMS, at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
There was the fail. Yeah. So one of the things that's nice about BIML is it can address that. It can at least get you into staging. And as we get better at design patterns and really automation, and that's what a BIML framework is for, we can at least pick that data up at the source, even if the schema's changed, because we can basically rebuild the target. And we can do that dynamically, rebuild the target, execute the load, and it always makes it to stage.
So I add a column. Add them as a table.
Yeah.
When you rerun the staging, BIML will dynamically say, hey, this column was added.
You can do that with a BIML framework.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're talking about. And it's, the whole idea is when I talk about this, I talk about it in the context of data science, because data science is the new shiny. And
It's like a nickel.
it is. I mean, and it truly is awesome. I mean, a lot of the insights that you can glean, you can't glean them any other way. It's a new age for data. But 50 to 80% of data science is what they call data wrangling or munging. And it really, what is it really? It's ETL, it's data integration, it's stuff we've been doing forever. And the reason that that's so much of the job is these engines can do amazing work once they're given the data that's been cleansed, that's been shaped the way they're waiting for it. But the other side of that coin is, if you don't cleanse it, if you don't get it shaped correctly, it'll blow out these really amazing looking charts that are completely useless. And it'll do it really quick because garbage in is still garbage out, right? So that's what we're doing with BIML.
So you add some data governance, right? You
absolutely can.
Yeah, you make sure the data is pristine.
You can, yeah. And what's nice about these BIML frameworks, Patrick, I appreciate you kind of pulling me in. Pulling me in. So my whole thing's about automation, right? Yeah, I know. Thank you. The whole thing these days is about automation, because that 50 to 80% is the biggest chunk of the job. I want to get it down. Absolutely, I believe data governance can be automated. The project that I've got on the books for 2018 is trying to automate some aspects of data quality.
So this is what Andy does with his data, right? I like to massage my data, and get intimate with it. But Andy takes his out to Red Lobster. Nope. Andy takes his data out to Ruth Chris, buys it a nice steak, spends some time with it, then takes it back home, and he produces something. I'm just saying. That's what
I do have one other thing, and feel free to edit this out if you want to. I'm going to be competing with you. We've been recording podcasts. Frank Lavinia and I have been recording podcasts since February. It's called Data Driven. We're hoping to launch it in the next week or two.
Okay.
We have a few in the can, and
Well, send me the link to it, and we can.
Yeah, we'd love to. Love to do that.
Put it in the comments below.
Yeah, I'd like to have you guys on. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the DC shows.
Right? Yeah.
Well, the DC comic shows, that are out there. The Arrow and Flash and all that. Maybe we could do like one of those episodes.
We'll do a crossover of that.
Exactly.
So now I'm a superhero.
Well, you've always been a superhero.
You're the villain.
Oh, I'm the villain.
You have always
I'm okay
been
with being the Joker.
Right.
I'm okay with being the Joker. Yeah. Especially in like the Suicide Squad. He had the fancy teeth and
You absolutely did.
Yeah. All right.
So that's what I've been up to.
Awesome. All right, well, Andy, we look forward to the podcast. Thanks for kind of giving us a quick little
BIML.
Intro to BIML. So be sure to check out BIML. Do you have a website people can go to?
So a couple, Varigence.com, VARIGENCE.
We'll have it down below here also.
The comments.
And then DILM Suite is where a lot of free utilities that we're building. Okay. Those are showing up at DILM Suite. Data Integration Lifecycle Management.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're about.
And do you have your own blog also?
I do. It's SQL Blog. I blog out there with a bunch of other really smart people. I describe it as a bunch of really smart bloggers and me.
Okay. All right. We'll have all that in the descriptions below so you can go check that out. All right, Andy.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks, man. Good to see you.
Great as always.
Good to see you. Yeah.
Continuing our journey here at SQL Saturday New York City in Times Square, we've got Mr. Ryan. He is Mr. Data Geek. I got that right on Twitter?
Yes, sir.
Although he mentioned he doesn't really use Twitter, so we all need to now go send him messages on Twitter to encourage him to use Twitter. So he said you're active on LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can find him on LinkedIn as well. And then we'll have links down below as well in the description.
Just follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, follow. Give him some love on Twitter.
Yeah, give him some love.
So Ryan, you're all about R.
Yes.
Why should we care about R?
Well, in the Microsoft data platform, you got many reasons to care about R right now. You have SQL Server R services, but in the Power BI, what I presented on today was using R within Power BI.
Nice.
Yeah, you can use R in 3 different ways. You can use R as a data source to bring data into Power BI. You can use R to create custom visualizations. And recently, Microsoft added the ability to use R as a data step within Power Query.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of that, like with the session that you guys gave earlier, with the date table, you now have another way of creating a date table using R. And with using R to create a date table, some things that are hard to do with custom MCode is easier to do it in R. For instance, if you were creating a date table and you wanted to add ISO year and ISO date, to do custom MCode to do that would be pretty complicated. Yes, but
not impossible, but
it'll be
a little bit of typing, right?
Yeah.
Well, with R, it's a function.
Yeah, but not
year.
M.
Wow.
Right, but not M.
Yes.
Yeah.
DAX.
Although we announced our custom extension stuff, so
you could write your own.
You could write your own.
Your little SDK, right?
But yeah, so R is fine. I know R is the big thing. So I don't have my eye patch with. Normally when I talk about R, I've got my eye patch. R.
Yeah, well, I did a little twist of that. I know that a lot of people would do the pirate thing when they talk about R, but a well-known rapper, Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, back in from New York. We're in New York City. Shout out to Eric B. and Rakim. Back in 1998, they wrote a song called "Doing It with the R."
Doing it with the R.
No.
So I'm gonna start my presentations in the future that deal with R with that song, "Doing It with the R." So
is that an official announcement now?
Yes, the official announcement.
You heard it first
if you see
here.
Ryan speaking, he better do that if he's talking about R.
And y'all heard it here too. You wanna know the origins of that song? What happened? I had a talk with my boy Eric B back in 1988.
Wow.
And he said, Ryan, I said, what's up? Now my nickname is Tank. That's what my boys call me. So he said, Tank, what's up? I said, he said, do you want me to do your demo? Do you want me to do your demo for, not the demo, what word I'm looking for, the you know, your the intro music.
Introduction.
Your introduction. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to do your intro for the talk you're gonna do in 2017? He said this back in 1988, and then that's when he came up with the song, the R.
See, he wasn't now either. He's later.
He's later.
Yeah,
Future.
much later, yeah. But see, he used the R programming language to come up with the algorithm to predict.
Back then.
To predict I'll be talking
about
about R in 2017.
What was coming?
That's big, man. That's drop the mic right there. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So I don't.
See, now everyone's going to be going looking up that song.
Look up that song.
That's my story. Y'all can, Raquel can have his story about the origin
trademarking
of that song, but that's my story. Yeah.
So I don't do much with R.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's just another programming language that somebody's got to learn. He knows C# and ++, and T-SQL and MDX and DAX, expression language. How does somebody just get started with R? What's the easiest or best way just to get started? Do you have like a course or any recommendations you may have?
Data Camp. Yeah, they have that's a very, very good starter to get.
We'll have a link down in the description below for
Data
that.
Camp. And another one, there's a book, R for Data Science.
Okay.
Hadley Wilkham has a copy of that book for free online.
Awesome.
And you can also order it through Amazon. That's probably the best introduction to R, because I learned R originally from some of the online sources. And when you self-teach yourself, you know that you pick up bad habits sometimes. So with
or you just don't know, right?
You just don't know, yes. Yeah, so with R for Data Science, you learn it from the person who created many of the packages, how to best use it. So that's the best introduction.
Cool. So the other thing I'll say too is we've got the R visual gallery up on the community site. And one thing you can do with that, even if you're not going to use the visuals, you can look at the R script to at least get an idea for like, okay, how'd you do this to get that visualization? So that's something you can maybe go tease some information from as well.
Yeah, that's what I need to do, because it's coming up in more and more conversations.
R's a buzzword, man. That's one of the things, especially when you talk about data science, which is what everyone's wanting to do.
How was your session? You talked about your session. How was your session?
Yeah, it went pretty. I think it went well. Got a lot of good conversation.
Did you do the song?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, and
Did people know?
They don't know. They was like,
they're gonna know
that was
now.
the origin of that song.
They're gonna know
I said,
now.
yeah, I said Airbnb came up to me.
Because I remember you sent an email about it, and I was like, I know what that is. But I'm a little older than most.
Exactly, yeah. Doing it with the R. That was back in 1988 when we were wearing, parachute pants and all that kind of stuff. A lot of you young people don't know
I don't want to
about
tell you what
that.
I was wearing back then.
88. I was in the 10th, 11th grade.
Yes.
I was not.
You wouldn't.
I was.
Okay, we'll save that for it.
I was.
Not in school.
No, I was in school.
You're much older than me.
I was like in 3rd or 4th grade.
Oh, you're much younger than me.
I was going to school, so this is back in my New York roots, because we're here. I lived on Long Island at that time. I was like 3rd or 4th grade.
You know what? The gray hair does attest to
I was in Amityville, New
how
York.
old I am.
Amityville,
Much
New
older.
York.
You guys are little babies.
I am. My wife tells me that too sometimes.
Let that one go, right?
It's unplugged, right? I'm just being honest.
I'm trying not to be unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Man.
But one of the things about R in part,
Take it back to
Hey, Patrick.
Go ahead, man.
Just stops the fun.
Now, another thing about R though, with me, I came to a point back in, I want to say, late part of last year, around 2016, November, where
Specific dates.
I know I got to be specific with it, paint the picture. But I was faced with doing custom M code in certain situations versus R, and I was at the time I was learning both M and R. I was reading all the literature from Chris Webb and Ken Pulse and for R, and then for Power Query on the R side, reading a lot of information from the Tidyverse stack, which is written by the guy I mentioned, Hadley Wilkham.
Okay. Yep.
That's the popular group of packages in R. And learning both of those in parallel, I found that there were certain things that was much easier to do in R than M.
Yeah.
So, on a lot of that, I think that R is a very good companion in the Power BI ecosystem. I think that there's a lot of things that people can leverage it for to do some things that will otherwise be super hard to do or impossible.
I think the important thing is use the right tool for the job, right?
Yes.
And you gotta understand all of the tools to really understand which one's the right one, right?
So you think they complement each other?
Yeah, I think they complement each other. I don't think, one is better than another, but I think in certain situations, like, wow, I can't do this. This would be super difficult to do using the native tools in Power BI, but if I leverage R, it'll be much easier.
Awesome.
And the same thing with the visualizations. I think that the type of visualizations you can do in R are pretty powerful, and it's a lot easier than having to write a custom
code. Yeah. I think you are a fan of R.
Ooh. Yes. I think you are right.
I don't know about that, man. Trying a little bit too hard there.
Cut it out. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. And we'll be looking for the song now.
Doing it with the R.
Okay. Doing it with the R.
Doing it with the R.
You play with your hands, man.
I do. I
Good
can
with your hands. I'm not, because you massage the data, so you're good with the hands. All right. Okay, guys, that's all we've got for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up down below. Smash it if you so desire. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more great content from the both of us and more upcoming episodes. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you next time.
Next time.